So one thing that I find really cool about, that I really respect and appreciate about the IFS model is that it trains therapists to not get into, and it keeps therapists in check from ever believing that they somehow are going to be the ultimate source of your answers, or that they are your guru or your healer. I think therapists are here to facilitate healing, but if we are working with these models of IFS and with the meditation traditions and spiritual traditions have been telling us for thousands of years, we all, if you're a therapist or not a therapist, like, we all have access to this highest self that is the source of infinite wisdom and healing. So the therapist is here almost like a midwife to help support your system to feel safe enough for these to loosen up, so that you can access your own truth, your own wisdom, and your own wisdom for what it is that your system needs in order to heal. And that's really important, because the moment that any human being believes that they are in a more expert position to tell somebody else how to lead their life or what is in their best interest, we are running into problems. Because although us trained professionals can come in and collaborate with you and bring education and tools to support you in bringing your nervous system back to a place of calm and back to a place of safety, like, ultimately you are the expert of your own inner world and your own experience. And in my opinion, the most effective therapist should be guiding you towards you trusting and feeling empowered to access your own truth and your own wisdom, rather than putting themselves on some kind of pedestal where they are being your guru and telling you and giving you answers and jumping to give you solutions and what's the word? I'm blanking. Jumping to give you solutions and advice. The word is advice. Jumping to give you solutions and advice before asking you a lot of questions. That's really important, because without that kind of like humility, that like staying in the same place as this is an equal to equal relationship, you know, that human tendency towards narcissism and power and control can even creep into the therapeutic relationship, and that can actually reinforce clients' powerlessness, which can be a reenactment of traumatic and abusive relationships in their life. So that's a note right there. If you're ever choosing a therapist or working with a therapist that makes you feel like they know more what's better for you than you, that is a major red flag. They have education that they can offer you kind of like as raw materials to work with, but ultimately whatever they say, they should be inviting you to double check if that resonates as truth in your own body. I always tell my clients to filter whatever I say to them through the lens of their own truth. And whenever I'm giving like a more direct suggestion or more direct feedback, I practice being very intentional of reminding them that they have agency to push back at any point. And just because I'm suggesting it does not mean that I'm the God of all things that knows for a fact that is what is in your best interest. I think life is a very mysterious experience, and it is beyond what any of us have the capacity to fully understand, even though our medical systems and the Western psychology system and the DSM system and these mental health systems and all of these systems and institutions that we have in place love perpetuating expert culture. I just blanked on what I was saying. Well, even though all these institutions thrive on perpetuating expert culture, because human beings have you could say a weakness. You may say we have a, sometimes power can be very seductive. Power and control and dominance is very seductive to humans, and don't think that doesn't creep its way into the mental health system and therapists and psychologists. So I say that to just reinforce that no therapist or counselor, I think any medical professional that you ever work with, should be talking to you like you're a child, or telling you that they know best, without asking, like, at least just asking a lot of questions to really understand why you're doing things the way that you are, and really kind of inviting your perspective into the conversation. Just, we are all human beings here, and we all have weaknesses, and I think it's good to question expert culture. I really invite all of my clients to remember that I am human too, and that we are collaborators. And I'm bringing my knowledge and my wisdom, and I'm bringing my intuition and the little wisdom that I've gathered throughout the short journey. I'm sure I have a long way to go, but I believe that any human that I work with that comes into therapy has plenty of wisdom themselves. Like, a lot of times the whole problem is with people experiencing anxiety and depression and these debilitating mental emotional states. At the core of a lot of that is actually them being disconnected from themselves, and them having lost access to their true self and their true voice and their own truth. And so a therapist should never be reinforcing that they are above you. And with that, I'm gonna close up for now. I hope you guys enjoyed my little illustration. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will continue to build on this conversation. I hope you're doing well out there. Sending lots of love. Bye.